We'll open up the room for questions. Coach, congratulations on your win. Please give us your opening thoughts.
Opening thoughts is, thank God it's Christmas. Let's get the crap out of town, enjoy Christmas for a while. That's the opening thought. But, we were fortunate. I thought we did some really good things. I thought defensively we were pretty good. And then all of a sudden at the end we started fouling about every possession, and they were fouling, and our best free throw shooters were missing free throws, and then we turned it over, and then Kennedy missed a layup or maybe two inside 6 inches, and it didn't look good, but we kept getting them to take one shot and us rebounding it on the other end. I think they cut it to 8 at one time, but I was very discouraged the way we finished the half because they scored the last 4 points of the half. And easy shots, and we made a extremely difficult, or not extremely, but extremely, by trying to figure out the right thing to say without cursing or anything. I was really ticked at halftime. If I want the last shot, you know what I want? The last shot. I don't want to shoot the ball with 6 seconds to play and give them a layup on the other end. And so that's my fault as a coach. We've got to get people to understand last shot means last shot. But they scored the last 4 points, and then yet early in the second half we had missed, they had missed, we had make, they had make, and then we had some good plays. But totally for us it's just a weird game at the end. Kennedy rebounded the ball very, very well. But we didn't make enough shots, and yet our defense was pretty doggone good, or they missed some open shots that they normally make.
What sticks with you more, the way you guys finished the game or the first 32 minutes you guys played really well?
I'd say, Andrew, both. A coach can't say, oh, gosh, we were really good for 33 minutes. I'll forget how we stunk it up the last 7. That just doesn't happen. But I congratulate them because I think Ohio State's a really good basketball team, and yet we did some very good things and had, I don't know what the lead was. It's 1 point in the second half. I know we had 16 in the first half, but, we were controlling the game, and then all of a sudden we did. And then I'll tell you one thing, Mark Lovin made a very difficult 3 from over in the corner. It goes all the way around, goes up, comes back down, and it was challenged. So you have to congratulate him. But I can't separate. I don't think if any coach can separate that, he's a better man than I am.
Was the first half about as well as you guys were sharing the ball this year?
No, I wouldn't say that. But we turned it over. We had 17% turnover percentage in the first half, so usually that means that somebody's trying to hit a home run instead of just making the easy play. But I don't think we had anybody in double figures. We had a lot of guys scoring, so we share the ball. We're not a selfish team. We just every now and then you'll make a silly play, and JP trying to throw it in the middle against the zone when the game's on the line, and they bat it up in the air and turn it over, and Kennedy's got 3 guys guarding him, and he's got Marcus Page, who's a pretty good player, standing out there wide open. So what does he do? He fakes the pass to Marcus. Faking a pass to an open guy is a very selfish act, and we talk about that a lot. I told him, Tyler Hansbrough, I'd let Tyler try to score against 2 guys, but I made Tyler throw it out against 3. So we'll have some of those moments, but we are an unselfish bunch.
How about Joel Berry?
First half, Joel gave us a nice lift. I was mad at him in the second half because of the loose ball. He should have gotten a loose ball over there on the far corner, but he did some good things. And I guess he's had at least 3 games in a row that he's given us a spark, and hopefully that'll get him started off in a good.
Right. They've gotten an awful lot in transition this year off turnovers, and for most of the game, you guys handle it pretty well. How did you do that?
Well, until the very end, we didn't make many silly turnovers, but we missed a shot. I forget now who missed a wide open shot, and he bounces out, and Bryce tries to stop the fast break high. Bryce against Shannon in open court's not very smart, so now they have a 3-on-1. I didn't think we did. In fact, I'll put it to this, in the second half, that's what I harped on in the timeouts more than anything, was sprinting back and getting picked up, because I thought that's one of the things that really hurt us. But they've got ball handlers and shooters, and they athletic. They do a better job of making you turn it over, playing the zone, than anybody except Syracuse. And I think they really do a nice job of that.
Question in the front row here.
Coach, what was working so well against their zone, especially in the first half?
Well, we had good movement. Movement of the ball and movement of the bodies. I always say move yourself and move the ball intelligently, and I think we did that. We didn't make many shots. I've never seen Marcus Page miss as many open shots as he had in the second half, and 2 layups. But I still think that says a lot about how good we can be, because eventually he's going to start really playing. But I think it's just ball movement and player movement.
Question on the far left.
Coach, a setting like this is probably good for matching up teams that are obviously top-ranked teams. Do you like this for later on in the season especially?
Well, I like it a lot better than I did, against Kentucky and some of those other games that we've lost. But we play, I think I'm right on this, the previous 11 years, I think our schedule's been ranked in the top 25 almost every year. One year it was ranked as the most difficult schedule, and I do believe in playing a tough schedule and hope that gets you ready for later on. But I'm extremely relieved. I'm not sitting up here saying I'm as happy as you can possibly be. I don't hear the happy song in my ears right now. We stunk it up down the stretch, and I think we got to get better there.
Question from Teddy on the far right.
Were you expecting to have a big advantage on the inside, or did that surprise you a little bit?
Well, their zone, there's a big hole right in there below the free throw line, but they're so athletic and quick that sometimes they cover up for it. In practice, trying to get our blue squad to simulate that, we'd throw it in there, and it was a bounce pass and a dunk almost every time. But they can't simulate Ohio State's practicing as much as they do and their athleticism. But, I think first half, we shoot 52%, and we missed a ton of really easy shots. But in the second half, we didn't shoot it as well.
Question in the back row.
Coach, big win in the house that MJ built. Do you talk to your players at all about that, and do you get any different feelings when you come play in Chicago?
Well, I think yesterday's practice was weird for us because it was almost like we were out in left field. I said, guys, come on, we got to have more enthusiasm, got to have more spirit kind of thing. But, they're sort of looking around. Now, we practiced in the practice facility and then came over here and practiced over here. And then we went outside and had a team picture made in front of the statue, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great experience for the guys. He's the greatest player to ever play the game. I feel very flattered and very honored that I helped recruit him, helped coach him, consider him a great friend. And every time I come up here, I think of a few times in that locker room after they won World Championships. I was up here 2 times when they won World Championships. One of them may have been even in the old Chicago Stadium, I'm not sure. But the house that Michael built will always stand, I can tell you that.
Any other
Anybody else?
questions? Second row.
Yeah, Roy, you did a really nice job at kind of shutting down D'Angelo Russell, who has a great freshman year thus far. Can you talk about your defensive execution on him?
Well, we really thought D'Angelo was really an effective player for him and has been in every game. And he can shoot the ball from 3, he can take it to the basket. He is left-handed, but he can spin and go right-hand. So I think all our guys knew how good he was, and we did try to emphasize stay in front of the basketball. I watched last night up until, 1 o'clock in the morning or something, their tape of the Louisville game. And in the Louisville game, the whole second half, he played almost in point guard the whole half. And he was pretty doggone good in that game. So, and we recruited him a little bit early, so I know a little bit about him. But we hit him on a day where he missed some shots that he would normally make, and then hopefully we bothered him a little bit.
We'll take 2 more questions, first from the second row and then in the front row.
Coach Williams, as you head into conference play, what would you like to see your team improve upon the most?
Nothing other than the game of basketball. Seriously, and everybody sort of giggles like you did. There's not one phase that we can't get a lot better at, which is good. We need to shoot it better. We need to rebound it better. We need to defend better. We need to talk more on the defensive end. When they got the little lob for the dunk, it just infuriated me because it was just one simple little screen, and we didn't talk on it. So we got to talk so much better and get better defensively. And then the other thing, the kids got to have some pride and toughness because it's a man's game out there, and we missed an awful lot of easy shots today.
Do you think appearing in this event and playing here will help recruiting in Chicago, or do you think the program kind of just recruits to itself naturally?
Well, no program really recruits to itself. If I go see a game, Calipari's there. If Calipari goes to see a game, Krzyzewski's there. We all work extremely hard. I'm not staying right here tonight. I'm going to see a game tonight. And so I don't think any program just recruits by itself. The coaches really work extremely hard. But, we try to play about everywhere. And I think that North Carolina can recruit nationally, and we'll always try to do that. And there's a couple of guys in this town that are pretty doggone good every year, not just this year.
Thank you for your time, Coach. The North